Welcome back to Crypto Terror. On today's video, I would like to discuss Litecoin, how it's currently performing, and what we could expect during the upcoming hours and days. As well, I would highly appreciate if you could follow me on Twitter. Down below in the description, you will find a link towards the Twitter, and you will be able to follow at Thorough Crypto. As well, I would like to announce that I will be giving a live stream later today, so do not forget to join us and ask the cryptocurrency questions that you would like me to answer. Let's get started on Litecoin. What we're clearly seeing on the 1 hourly time frame is this head and shoulders pattern playing itself out. So I think this is actually quite important due to the fact that we have already seen a left shoulder, a head getting created, and a right shoulder is currently, well, very likely to get created. What is absolutely important over here is that if we are going to see a breakdown occur underneath this neckline that I would like to show you in just a couple of seconds, we could expect a major breakdown occur. So let's take a look at what the neckline looks like. So the neckline is actually this tiny line that you were seeing previously at this point in time. So if we see a breakdown occur below this level, and that would be at below the 252 US dollars, we could perhaps expect a major breakdown occur on Litecoin all the way towards the 0.32 Fibonacci at approximately $221, and that would be a 14% breakdown. So this is something you want to consider right now, that we are clearly forming this pattern on the 1 hourly time frame. And just to back up this theory, I would like to take a look at the MACD as well. On the MACD, you can clearly see that we had momentum towards the upside previously, but we are right now currently heading towards a perhaps crossover on the MACD. I think this is actually quite likely to occur if we see a continuation of this downward momentum that we are clearly seeing while getting formed right now. Perhaps it might not be enough momentum towards the downside, but we will be able to stay on top of the 0.5 Fibonacci at $257. That would be absolutely incredible and good for the overall trend. But you have to take into consideration that if we see a breakdown below the 251 US dollars, we could expect this 14% breakdown heading once more towards the $221 area. And the MACD is clearly confirming that we will be seeing more downward momentum if we see a continuation right now. As well, I would like to take a look at the RSI. On the RSI, what you can clearly see is absolutely something important to me, especially because if I take a look at this over here, you can clearly see that previously on the RSI, we were seeing a lower low on the RSI compared to previous data. And as well, we are seeing a higher low on the chart. So clearly, this is showing us a bullish divergence on the RSI. That is absolutely good to know. But I don't know if this will be actually enough to hold strong on top of that $251 range. Otherwise, we could expect that 14% drop. Also, I would like to discuss the EMA Ribbon. On the EMA Ribbon, you can clearly see that on the 1 hourly time frame, we are still getting supported. That is absolutely good to know, if you ask me, due to the fact that if we hold strong on top of the 0.5 range, it will be absolutely good because we will be as well supported by the EMA Ribbon. What would be actually quite bad is if we would see a breakdown, because then we would see the EMA Ribbon as a level of resistance on top of us instead as support underneath, and that would be quite bad for the overall trend. So I personally would prefer to stay on top of 0.5 and see further growth afterwards and perhaps a pattern getting created. Let's head towards the 4 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, I would like to disable the head and shoulders pattern, and what I would like to show you is the breakdown. So if we take a look right now over here at the EMA Ribbon, you can clearly see if we're going to see a breakdown, it is clear that we might get supported by the EMA Ribbon. That is absolutely good to know because it will be the second touch point after a long period of upward momentum. That would be actually not that bad for the overall trend, but I think heading towards the $221 area is actually not that bad either, due to the fact that we will still be creating clearly a higher low. So the overall uptrend will still continue. We are not seeing any type of unusual things, but still I would prefer to stay on top of the 0.5 area to just keep on seeing further continuation and not that major reversals taking place. As well, I would like to discuss the MACD and the RSI on this chart. On the 4 hourly time frame, we already experienced the crossover on the MACD. You can clearly see that the crossover occurred several hours ago, but we are still well, seeing downward momentum getting started. Therefore, I think it is very likely that we might perhaps see further decline in price action. But what I think is absolutely important is to hold strong, not just on top of the 252 range above the neckline of the previous pattern that I discussed, the head and shoulders pattern, but as well on top of the $252 above the EMA ribbon, because that would be absolutely great for the overall trend. And as well, lastly, I would like to take a look at the RSI. If we head towards the RSI, you can clearly see that on the 4-hourly time frame, we are not seeing anything unusual on the RSI. We are clearly seeing a higher low getting created, a higher low on the chart, but we are not seeing any type of bearish divergence either. Therefore, right now, I must say it is looking absolutely good. What I think is actually good to know is that we are once more inside of the red area. Therefore, if we see further increase afterwards, we will still have plenty of space to get as overextended as we were previously, heading all the way towards the 92 range. But as well, if we see right now a decline taking place, we still have plenty of space towards the downside before breaking down below the dotted line on the lower part. And both scenarios would be actually likely to occur. Right now, what I personally think is that it is likely that we are going to head towards the $221 range, but that we might see a rather quick recovery afterwards if we see major continuation as well on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So if you agree, do not forget to give me a like down below. It will be highly appreciated, and thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.